What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Boiler Room. When you enter the boiler room, things get hot, and holy shit is a fucking Christmas miracle because we are back. This is like the fourth time I've said this on a 7-episode run. It's the fourth time I've said this, but we're back. You know, I kind of got a little bit of like a, creative jump again. I kind of fell out of love for a little bit, just, kind of just getting bored of what I'm doing. But, a goal of mine, 2026, we're fully back.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to be back on the show as well. As you've seen on 3-4 Media, we got some contents rolling out with the basketball team.
Oh, yeah, I was going to dive into that.
Happy to be back. Would love to see some consistency.
Well, okay.
It's partially on all of us, but, leave in the comments some ideas, some things you guys want to see.
Yeah, I'm down, we got a lot of fans now. We got a lot more fans rolling in, not only because of the podcast. We got people asking, where's the boiler room? Where's the boiler room? I was like, it's coming. We're working on something. And what we're working on is, one of the greatest documentaries that, New Jersey's ever seen. And that is Team Name, The Road to the Championship. And I'm here with one of the players. And, little backstory, they have a basketball team. You probably have seen, if you're watching this, you've seen it. They got a basketball team on an intramural league, and they're gunning for a championship. And, I was just going to talk to Richie, and, he came to me and he said, how about you record us? And I said, all right, I'll record you. But not only am I going to record you, I'm going to fucking go balls to the wall. I'm making a whole documentary on you guys. So here we are, and I just want to hear about this team in general because, I've seen it firsthand, but they really haven't the way I've seen it.
No, absolutely. So about 7 years ago now, about to be 8 years, Jesus.
Now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Our freshman year, we started an intramural flag football team with a lot of the guys that you see in that video. And in those videos, there's 2 now as of today. And we were just messing around. We didn't know what to make our team name. And I believe it was Zach Andrews' idea. Shout out Zach. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we were filling out the intramural online. It could have been Doug too. Doug usually takes charge with that. But we settled on team name because it was really funny on the schedule to see there would be these crazy team names. It was just us, team name. But it's a bunch of our best friends from college. We got together, joined a men's league. A lot of the guys have played basketball their whole lives. Very talented group. And it's a nice way to get us back together again because it's really hard to see the guys that you went to college with. So it's really, really cool to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, no, it just seems so fun, for you guys. And, it's just fun for me to be a part of it because, I'm an outsider, not an outsider, but in terms of the team, right? I'm an outsider looking in, right? And it's just cool to be able to document how, you guys are just playing in this random league down the road.
Yeah.
And, it's one thing that brings everybody together. Yeah. But how do you think this team is stacking up against the competition? Because, so far I've filmed 2 games, 2-0 in those games, by the way. Brody's 2-0. Brody's 2-0, and now I'm 2-0 when I'm there. So, they needed a little motivation. They got it with Brody. They got it with, people watching. So how do you feel that this team stacks among the rest? Because, obviously, I was watching the team before you, and they were balling out. Yeah. But then again, the 2 games that I've seen, you've blown out each team. So how do you feel you stack up against the rest?
We're a very big team, with the exception of myself and GC.
We're used to it at this point.
Yeah, but we got some size on the team. Brody, Bruno, Zach Andrews, Doug, Andrew. Chip. Everybody is very tall and strong. And then you got guys who put in work and speed like GC and myself and
D1 Callaway.
And I was gonna get into him too. And then all of that is glued together by our superstar Dave Callaway in sweatpants. And
shout out Bunny nephew. What is it?
Former
Bunny Unk. What is it?
Bunny May.
Bunny May.
And where was that Al? I forget. They
have
way too
I don't
many
know.
nicknames.
I don't know.
But yeah, former D1 basketball player. glues the team together. It really, really puts us over the next level. We lost the first game. Team was also
It's because I wasn't there.
yes. It's because Brody wasn't there.
And me.
But they were a big team, very big and strong. But we just didn't make our shots, and we only lost by 6. We just didn't make open shots a lot. We were rusty first game. Compared to the rest of the teams that we've seen, I think we stack up very well, and I'm excited to see where this road leads us.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a deep run in the road to the championship, and
Absolutely.
and we're gonna really highlight this because I'm like I said, there's been a couple of factors that kind of reignited because like for I do all my work like at work, and it's like monotonous, and it's like obviously content I like to make, but it's not like my passion, it's not my love.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's like that, and then like what we're doing now, it's just there's been a couple of factors that have just conglomerated into the boiler room being back, which we should be happy about because now our fans could really come back and listen because we've had people clamoring. They're like, where's the boiler room? We want to watch the boiler room. And I'm like, it's coming. Granted, I was kind of pushing it off.
It's all good.
But we're back. We're back. And, we got a great run with, road to the championship. And I'm excited to see where this team goes because it's going to be fun. I'm already having fun. Like,
yeah, we got some good content.
I usually don't edit next day, but like I'll finish at videoing at like 11 p.m. It'll be done by 11 a.m. Like I'm immediately excited to go and edit this. It's fun, and I like I said, I think you guys are gonna make a deep run. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But we'll see. But
yeah,
do you have any other final thoughts on just how this overall team is gonna be moving forward, especially with the newfound notoriety that we've brought?
I think we really found what we were missing in the first game, and we found it quick. I think the videos have brought us together and given us some motivation, some things to look forward to, right? Aside from just playing the game. And of course, Brody brings us all together as well. But I think we were just rusty and we just had to shake it off, and we shook it off quick. You see teams in professional sports that get off to these rough starts, and it's almost like impossible to come back. Look at the Chiefs this year, right?
Yeah, they're never coming back.
They had like basically the same roster as last year. They got off to a terrible start, and they just couldn't shake off the rust. Then they got injured, but we lost one game. We kept our heads up. We made all our shots. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, you especially made all your shots after getting absolutely hacked, the entire game. Like, I just posted on the story before. It's literally just you put your body on the line for intramural basketball. You had a limp yesterday.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, real bad. It's
a disaster.
I was not a basketball player, but I love being an athlete. First 2 games, I only scored 2 points. And I'd go and I was getting open, and not only was I getting open, but my teammates were finding me. Chip found me in that corner for the 3 when I asked for the ball to get double digits I don't even know if I've ever scored double digits in a basketball game before. Callaway was finding me, threading the needle on the break. It was a really good team effort. So we have some chemistry. We were playing basketball in the backyard in our fraternity's house for 4 years. So
man, I miss Garth.
Yeah, that was a great place. But I'm excited.
Yeah,
stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's gonna come out weekly. I mean, outside of this week, they're off for Christmas, but which we're all not happy about. We wanted the Christmas Day game.
Yeah, they gave it to the Knicks, unfortunately.
They did give it to the Knicks. Which, speaking of the Knicks,
yes.
They won we're talking about the road to the championship. They won their championship of their own.
The same night.
In the same exact night as their win, the Knicks won the NBA Cup, not hanging the banner.
Unfortunately.
Not hanging the banner. I mean,
sorry, kiddos.
I don't know why. I think this is a great banner right here.
Well, that 2013 never happened.
It did happen. There's just some allegations. Rick Pitino, stop paying strippers, please. I want this back. I really want this back.
Really cool for the city of New York to lift the curse of a professional sports championship for the first time since the second Giants Super Bowl.
But mind you, it's the NBA Emirates in-season tournament cup.
It's
so
a championship.
how prestigious are we talking? This is the third year, and this is literally just a reason for the NBA to get more money. They got a sponsorship with Emirates. They're trying to drive people to watch the NBA regular season because nobody gives a shit.
But it's working. People watch.
I mean, that's fair. I did watch for the Heat. I really did watch. I did watch for the Heat.
And in the beginning, it was. Listen, it is a meme. The NBA Cup's a meme, but people are watching. People were engaged. But more importantly, look at the effort the players were putting in towards it. Yeah. I mean, you saw the Knicks jumping up and down. It looked like they won the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Hart putting his thumb up Brunson's butt. You saw that?
He goes, that was AI.
It was. According to him, it was AI. So it's AI.
Really cool to see the players care so much about it. Because for, a major concern for the NBA has been the players' drive and passion for regular season basketball. This gives players reason to care, and as long as the players care and we see the players care, as fans we care.
Well, for me, it's more so it's like the guys like Brunson and Towns and these big stars. They have all this money, right?
Yeah.
They don't give a shit because, like, for instance, actually, one of my friends from college, she's actually like doing really well with like reporting and everything. I saw it. She just posted. Shout out Morgan if she's watching this. She asked Kat a question. Oh, what are you gonna do with your money? It's $500,000. It's a good amount. He's like, I'm just gonna donate it. Yeah. So like for them it doesn't matter, but for guys like Tyler Kolek, this is everything. That's literally like 33% of their salary.
100%. Yeah, it's huge for the rookies, right? The guys who are making league minimum contracts, vet minimums too. Like say for instance, the Knicks had Chris Paul on a $700,000 contract or whatever the minimum is these days.
I think it's
$989. You're halving your salary right there. Yeah. So it's pretty cool for everybody. The players care and Towns and Brunson don't care about the money, but they were jumping up and down with their teammates. I mean, so as a fan, I see that, and it makes me excited for the NBA Cup. It really does. Yeah, it's not the NBA Finals, of course, but it's really, really cool.
I will say though, I don't like the group stages. Like, I don't know.
Getting to the tournament, to this quarter and semifinals, and then the finals. Getting there is confusing.
Like,
definitely.
I think realistically, if the NBA wants to do this, and I get it, they're dragging it out. Like I said, for the ratings, right? Nobody's really watching November Memphis Grizzlies basketball. But like, people watch a Memphis Grizzlies, NBA Cup game. Right. So I think it should be like a March Madness type of thing, like where it's like every team, is in a bracket. Like, you have.
It's tough with the regular season scheduling, within it. I give credit to whoever schedules this because that would.
It's a mind fuck. Yeah. It's a mind fuck. But my thing is like this. Let's say you get a Heat versus Suns. Because you don't really get that during the regular season. Like, this should be able to, get matchups that you never see. It's literally just East versus West.
Yeah.
Up until the championship.
Maybe instead of making it East-West, you make it just the whole NBA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just kind of mash it up.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, then it's like, oh, you get cool, matchups. You get Heat versus Thunder. You get Knicks versus Lakers. You get those cool matchups that you really, you only see once or twice during the regular season.
Yeah.
But like, this is like, those games really don't have stakes to it. If you do it like that, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta go watch the Heat Thunder game because I don't really get to watch Shea that much.
Right.
Shea's the best player in the NBA. You don't really get to see him that much.
Besides Jokic, besides Brunson, besides.
All right, don't get ahead of yourself because I watched Shea. I watched Shea live in Oklahoma City. That guy's fucking electric. I'm sorry.
Yeah, at the free throw line.
He only made it to the free throw line a couple. He's stirring, and I love it. But you got to call Alex for this. If you really want to get somebody riled up, you got to get Alex talking about the free throws. But watching him is electric. So I'm just. But my point. Let me get back to my point though. Outside of I forget the name of the arena. The Paycom Center. That place is actually fucking electric.
We're in Vegas?
No, Paycom is the Thunder's arena.
Oh, okay.
That place.
I thought you were talking about the cup.
I'm not even kidding. and I'm getting sidetracked a little bit just because I brought up the Thunder. That arena for a regular season, granted, opening night on the ring ceremony night, you expect the crowd to be loud. It sounded like Game 7 of the NBA Finals in there. It was unbelievable. But I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. It's like you don't get to see these matchups like Bam Adebayo for Shea. They were college teammates. It's like you don't get to see those matchups often.
Yeah.
So it's like if you put everybody in one, like two sides of a bracket, just randomize it, or like however it fits the schedule, right? If you do it like that, I bet you it triples, right? It's already doing pretty well.
Yeah,
I think it
they're
triples.
experimenting with it, which is good, and I'm excited to see where they go with it. I'm sure it's going to get tweaked to make it even better over the years. So I'm excited. I think that was also a great morale boost for the Knicks.
So that was going to lead me into a question as you as a Knicks fan, because for me, we got knocked out by the Magic in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We made it, so I'll take that. But so how does this kind of, how do you see the Knicks move on from this? Do you see them make a run in the playoffs? Like,
I think that makes them hungry.
I think so too.
It makes them hungry. Like, this is awesome, great win, but we want more. We want to do this again in June.
But I also think that cements them, and it's been kind of debated throughout the season, like who the number one team in the East is right now. You got, you have the Pistons who have been playing great.
Yeah.
You got Miami who's like always kind of up there.
Yeah.
You got Cleveland who's pretty good. Like, but I think this cements the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think this cements the Knicks as the number one team.
They got off to a very rusty start, but they glued it back together. They got healthy. OG's back. So, granted, the Knicks stay healthy. They're the team to beat in the East right now after what we just saw. Yeah. So, I think this is a big win for New York. It got the city excited, the fans excited, the players excited, because New York needs it, because Yankees aren't going anywhere right now.
They don't know how to sign a player.
They don't know how to sign a player. This is big for the city of New York. It really is. And people are going to go on Twitter and clown people celebrating the NBA Cup. I don't care. This is cool.
My thing is, you could only clown it realistically
if they raise
a banner. So in
it would have been fun to see. As a fan, it would have been fun to see. But I get it. You're raising a banner for not a finals championship.
For instance,
I get it.
The Lakers and the Bucks, the past two teams to win it, right?
Yeah.
They've won a championship in the past 5 years. So it's like, all right, well, you put the NBA Cup banner next to a 2022 NBA championship. The banner that the Knicks would put up would be next to 1970.
Yeah, it would be real bad.
Would be embarrassing.
I get it.
So, the fact that they're not raising it, I give them props because,
Yeah, well, that's probably why. The Knicks want more. That just goes into what I just said. They want more, so let's see what happens. We got, there's one clear better team than us after this, and it's the Thunder, and I would have loved to seen that matchup in the Cup final. That would have been very entertaining.
I would have paid to watch you versus everybody versus. I would have paid money for that.
In the West, maybe the Nuggets are better than the Knicks, but we'll see. We got to get to the finals, right?
Yeah, we're only in.
We got through every team in the East, now we got to get through the West again.
Every team you got through.
The best teams in the East.
Okay. Yeah. Because the group, you got through the group, and then you got through the Magic, and who'd you play in first round? I don't even remember.
What was it? I don't remember.
Honestly, I don't even remember who they played first round.
Because the grouping stage is very confusing.
It doesn't make sense. Miami had more wins than the Knicks, but you guys were a higher. You guys had a higher degree. I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. But just New York sports is miserable.
It's
New York. The Giants don't know how to play football. They don't know how to run a football team.
Yeah. Let's shift out of New York real quick and go to a team that has, not as much success besides the Super Bowl, which is a big success.
And
Philadelphia.
Team name.
Oh, yeah, besides team name. New Jersey, technically, for team name. Want to shift our focus to Philadelphia, actually, where Ben and I participated in the Rocky Balboa 5K. Yes, I know those were one accomplishment, but for the two of us in many of different ways as individuals. My brother and my cousin did it as well, my uncle, which was really cool. Big accomplishment for all of us. Shout out my cousin who also just ran a marathon. My brother who's got into running competitively.
He's got me into it too now.
And so it's pretty cool thing to do. A bucket list thing for I mean, not a bucket list, a New Year's resolution that I wanted to do was to run a race. But what did that mean to you to run that race, Ben?
So for me, I mean, like, obviously Rocky is like, the Rocky movies are like some of my favorite movies. Like, I've watched Rocky 4 probably like 20 times. You know, I've watched all those movies. I've watched the Creed movies, which you know, moving off really quick. I watched all of them to hype myself up for this run.
Yeah.
This is, I know we're not getting to the hot takes, but I'll kind of do a hot take right now. I think the Creed movies are on par with Rocky. I watched them all. I know you haven't watched them.
Yeah, you're not.
So I'm just like preaching to the choir at this point. But like, honestly, like, those movies are on par. Like, the production's fucking amazing. Like, they're just great. But anyway, for me, it was just more so I set a goal for myself, I don't know, back in like June or July. And I said, you know what? You know, I'm getting over like a bunch of like mental hurdles and stuff, and I'm trying to grow. You know, I work out a lot more. That's why my wrist is like this. I'm an idiot. But you know, I've just been working out more. I'm just focusing on my mental health. And you know, my friend Nick Hour, shout out Nick Hour. He ran a race in March. He ran a half marathon in Asbury, and you know, it just like one of those things that just seems so accomplishing, right? So I said to myself, you know, I'm going to run by the end, like at some point in my life, I'm going to run a half marathon because that's just like a super fulfilling thing.
Yeah.
So then when you came to me, you and your brother came to me and you're like, oh, we're doing the Rocky run. Yeah. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in. Yeah. So then I started training. I set a fucking fire ass playlist. I had to, because that's what you need. I had all the Rocky songs in there and shit. I was fucking hyping myself up. You know, training and you know, I do cardio all the time, but I don't really run outside. Right. I walk on the treadmill. I run on the treadmill just for some cardio. And I set a goal for myself at this race. And I said, I'm getting sub 26 because I've, you know, never seen myself run under an 8-minute mile. Yeah. And when we were training that one day at the track, that was the fastest mile I ever ran. It was sub 7. Yeah. So I said, I fucking got this. Mm-hmm. And that day I went in with a super clear mindset. You know, I was ready to prove myself wrong. I was ready to prove everything. And I fucking, you know, I sprinted. And towards the end, my legs were like fucking dead. But I was like, I'm not checking my phone. I had the Strava app up. And I'm like, I'm not going to check my phone. I'm going to just run it through. And then at the end, I'll find my time. But it got to the point where my legs were dead. I knew you were running it. You know, you just wanted to finish. He wanted to finish. I wanted to finish for time. So I'm like, fuck, I don't know how much more I could go. Yeah. So I look at my phone. I'm exactly at 3 miles, 22 minutes. I said, fuck, I got to sprint. So I'm sprinting, and I see the finish line. I look at my phone, 25:30. I don't think I've ever ran faster in my entire life. Finished subs 26. Well, you know, one of the best accomplishments I've had in a while. Yeah. And, you know, in doing so, a New Year's resolution I have, and I'm going to put it on video so it kind of motivates me more. By the end of 2026, I will be running a half marathon, maybe even a marathon, depending on, you know, how the training goes. But I'm fucking stamping it now. By the end of 2026, a half marathon will be ran by me. So now it's like set in stone. But I just want to hear about your experience, and I just want to check the time on the camera.
So, you know, those who know me know that I was a cross country runner in high school, which our races competitively were 5Ks. I was the captain of the team, varsity for 3 out of 4 years. Ran some varsity races my freshman year. Really, really fun sport just to race. I love the competitiveness of racing. The training for me was very difficult. You know, to get out there and train. Then I went to college, graduated college, started working. You know, working out and running, the passion for it kind of got away from me because of my focus on my career. Had a great summer this summer at the Shore House that we talked about before.
We could have a whole episode on past memories of that, but continue.
But, you know, I saw myself let myself go a little bit. At the end of the summer, I was feeling kind of weak, a little bit out of shape. And and I kind of lost some passion for like going to the gym, lifting weights. It's very, I don't have much time to do it either. I could go in my basement and lift weights. I'm not making excuses, but I really wanted to feel better about myself and do something to prove myself that I still got it. My best 5K in high school was 17 minutes and 30 seconds. I know that I wasn't coming near that because I couldn't tell you the last time I even ran a mile below 7 minutes. For me, it's not the speed, it's the stamina now. Because if I go out and run a mile, I'll probably run 7 minutes if I'm trying really hard. But I used to be able to run sub 6 for a 5K.
Like consistently.
But I told myself, I'm like, I want to prove to myself that I can do this as a first step to trying to get back in shape and get confident about myself again. And, I trained for about a month, ran twice a week, just to get the feel for it again. I'm a very good mental runner. I don't like to think about the time. That's what Coach Paleo said about me. He's like, he's never seen. I actually watched my senior year speech from him last night to me. And he told me, he's like, I've never seen a better mental runner who just went out there and ran because he loved to be competitive and loved to race. And that's what I did on the 5K. My goal was just to start the race, finish the race, and don't stop. And that's what I did. I grittied through the finish line. My brother got it on video, and it was a really cool day.
I'm actually going to insert that video if I could get it. If I could get it by the time I post this, I will put it in there.
It was really, really cool. Really cool to see and do for all of us. It was a really cool moment. So definitely wanted to talk about that today.
Yeah, because
really awesome.
Yeah,
and the medals were awesome.
Oh my God, no, the medals
really
were fucking
big and
sick.
heavy. Yeah, it was
the
awesome.
medals were sick. Like I took a picture. Like I grabbed them and I took a picture of it. I was like, what the fuck? Like this is actually like. I mean, granted, we spent money. We spent good money to like be in it. But I'm gonna put up a picture. You keep talking. I gotta pause this. But I'm gonna put up a picture, and this is what the medal looks like, and yeah. So I mean, that medal was fucking sick.
The medal was cool.
The merch is sick.
Yeah, the merch was really cool. We ran the Rocky steps.
Yeah,
after,
we did.
Which was really cool. I've never done that before.
Yeah, that was the first time I've been to the steps.
Yeah, me too.
I've
really
watched all the
good
movies.
Experience. Really good experience.
Yeah. So definitely we'll be doing that again. That's for sure.
100%. Well, this year, I think you signed up for.
I didn't sign up yet, but I'm gonna.
We already signed up for a 5K in May. If anyone's watching this and wants to join with us, a bunch of guys from our fraternity.
3-4 media run. Let's do it.
A lot of guys from our fraternity, all the Yankees fans. The Yankee Stadium's hosting a 5K inside the stadium.
Yeah, we're gonna be running
May.
That's so cool.
I would love to maybe make my goal to break 30 minutes for that. I ran it in 32 minutes at the Rocky Run, so let me make that my goal for 2026. Break 30 minutes, but I think I could do that.
And then
train.
I'm gonna make a goal for that run as well, because I mean by that point that's in May. I feel like at that point I was gonna actually do a 10K Saturday with your brother, but I mean it's freezing. Realistically,
he's asked me to do like 3 5Ks since then.
No, I know. He asked me to do the one in what was it, Madawan?
Homedale.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But I mean, he literally he texted me.
He's addicted.
He's addicted. No. But I was like, oh, how was it? I texted him that day. He goes, oh, I placed top 10. It's like, Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
And then he goes, do you think you would have ran under 25? And I said, I probably could have. I would have placed top 20. That would have been fucking sick.
Cool.
But so I'm gonna set a goal for the 5K in the Yankee Stadium. I'm gonna go sub 24.
All right.
Sub 24. So that's another.
Cool.
We're stamping this right now on camera, just so we can hold ourselves accountable.
We should run with the GoPro for the.
I you know what's funny? I was gonna run with the GoPro. I had the head strap, but I'm like, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But if I can figure out a better,
been that bad for me. I wasn't sprinting. I did sprint for the last quarter mile. Once I saw the like I was able to see like the finish. I started sprinting.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a pain in the ass for me. So I didn't want to do it, but yeah, I might do a GoPro. I might just go phone video, because I mean we're gonna be more consistent on 3-4 Media and the Boiler Room. So I'll probably when that time comes, I'll show videos and then we'll show videos and stuff. But it'll be pretty sick. But it's just gonna be fun, and I'm excited. I love running now. I can't believe I said I'm ever saying that, because I used to despise running. I remember I used to have to run in wrestling practice.
Why the hell do you do that?
For fun.
When I was running at cross country.
Yeah, why do you do that for fun? And honestly, I see why.
The races are awesome.
The races, like when you finish, the just euphoria you get. It's like none else. But, that was just a great experience. I'm glad we were able to do that. And, I encourage anybody who's watching to, for any reason, go out and run, because it's great. It's fun. It's good, cardio. It's good for your health. And just, I'd say go run. But with that being said, we're getting a little quick episode just to get out there, just get back, because it's been a while. It's time for the hot take of the day, because when you enter the boiler room, things get hot. And you know what? I'm going to start, because I know you're going to disagree, and I know your hot take is anti-mine. So we'll have a quick little discussion. And that is, I think Gunther winning was the right move. I think Cena tapping was the right move. And, at the end of the day, the show goes on. Cena wasn't on Raw. Gunther's on Raw. You got to build him up as this big guy. And you got to build him up as this next big thing, this next final boss, this unbeatable guy. And beating the guy who never gives up by having him give up is the best move. And granted, I know what your argument's going to be, and I agree to an extent. I'll let you say it, and then I'll kind of rebuttal. But at the end of the day, I think Gunther winning was the right move. As much as a diehard Cena fan I am, it hurts me to say, but I think it's the truth.
Ooh, I'm mad right now. I'm real mad. Listen, I understand why they did it. Sometimes you have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. John Cena is the greatest to ever lace up. He doesn't wear shoes in a WWE ring.
Generic sneakers.
Not from a professional wrestling standpoint, but from an entertainment standpoint, and he had the most interesting relationship with the fans of any WWE superstar ever.
I mean, he's the greatest of all time for a reason. I understand.
It took him so long to get the fans behind him to the extent that they did, and it's because he's so good at his craft. But I'm going to talk about that specific decision to make him lose in his last match. First of all, this is going to be like the third time that Triple H is building Gunther up as the biggest, baddest heel. This is like his third attempt to do so.
I mean, not really.
After he defeated Goldberg, and then...
Oh, well, the IC reign, yeah, but he's a strong mid-card guy. And then he wins the title. And then they're trying to build up Yeet Man. And then he wins it back less than a month later because they're like, we made the wrong fucking move because this is the guy.
I understand, but again, this is your third attempt of making him the top heel in the Raw division. He's 39 years old. He's... listen, he's amazing, Gunther. He really is. He's a great supervillain. But as you would say, at the end of the day,
sue me.
In the very last match of this career, you had more people tuning in than any of your shows all year because this is John Cena's last match. You have kids, who are looking at their hero's last match. You have adults looking at my hero's last match. Yeah. And sometimes the smart decision for the story, the smart decision for the future isn't the right decision for your business and isn't the right decision for your fans.
That's fair, and I completely agree. And if you want Cena to have a win in his last match, do a legacy match. Don't book him against your top guy. And that's where I said we were going to agree.
Yeah, I agree. His last opponent should have been someone like Randy Orton. It should have been someone like CM Punk without the belt. Sheamus.
Rey
Mysterio. Like that's who that night. I understand that John Cena is a selfless guy.
Extremely.
He wanted to have NXT, which is, for those who don't know, the minor leagues for WWE before they get into WWE.
AAA baseball.
He wanted to get them on the show, which was great for the preliminary match before the main event.
Yeah.
That main event that night was about John Cena. Everybody wanted that happy ending. I don't know a single person who wanted that happy ending. If John Cena escapes that sleeper hold and spins it into his submission move, the STFU, or an attitude adjustment and pin Gunther, that's a moment that people are talking about, but not just your day-to-day wrestling fans who watch every Monday Night Raw, but mainstream media outlets are replaying that moment years and years and years to come. People are pissed about him tapping out.
See, okay, if you were, my thing was, and I was actually talking with one of the vendors today that came in, the Bagel Boy, because he used to be a professional wrestler, which funny enough, he used to be an indie guy, and I was like, he's like, oh, how are you? How was your week? And I was like, it could have been better. John Cena lost, so we were talking, and he brought up a point that I was thinking as well. WrestleMania, I believe 13, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bret Hart has Stone Cold in the sharpshooter. Stone Cold passes out.
Yeah.
So it's like it's still and he lost. But it's like if you do that with Cena in a sleeper hold, you have him just pass out, technically never give up, but give up. Yeah. That's the perfect story.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I didn't like, the little smile. But
the smile was good, but if he passed out after, it would have been better instead of tapping out. You got, as morbid as this sounds, you got kids that he goes and visits in hospitals who his model is never give up, and then they're looking on TV at their hero giving up for the last time in his last match. It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's only the second time he's ever given up in his whole, or fourth time in his whole career. So
but that was before this character was established. This is the first time that the John Cena never give up character gave up, and it's in his last match where more people than he's ever probably had were watching this match.
Yeah,
how do you have that happen? It is. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I'm with you, but as what you called me the other day, you called me a mark, which I slightly am. For the purpose and the build of the future, right? And don't get me wrong, as a Cena fan,
with anybody else, not John Cena.
But who else to build the next generation than the guy that led the first generation?
Don't make him do that to CM Punk. He's the champion. Put the belt back on him. Everyone loves CM Punk.
But the problem is,
go make him do that to Randy Orton.
But the difference is,
Cody Rhodes.
John Cena was the flag bearer of the last era, right? So having this guy be like, all right, I knocked out the greatest of all time, right? Or it had him tap out. That is what you need, and that's how you build a monster heel.
It's amazing for Gunther, but you're going to use John Cena's last match to build Gunther up?
But he probably wanted that.
I don't think John Cena wanted that at all.
I think
you heard Triple H go on he was laughing when he came out to the ring, laughing at the fans booing him. He goes to he's getting booed at the post-show interview, saying that it was his business decision. You got to do what's best for business. Oh my God, it's so bad. I understand. Yes, you're building up your top villain. You're building up your guy that everyone's going to boo out the building. Yes, that is good, but not at the expense of the greatest career you've ever seen.
But what better way to get heat than to do it that exact way?
Gunther's not going to get the heat because people like Gunther. Triple H is going to get the heat because he didn't give the people what they wanted to see.
I don't think we're ever. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. But in the grand scheme of the future, John Cena's never coming back.
But I could tell you how many people who watched that match, who were maybe even a sliver bit of considering watching wrestling full time again,
I don't think that's the case, because you think about it this way. If I'm a guy that hasn't watched since 2014, right? Last time I saw Cena, he was the double champ. He just won Money in the Bank. He had the 2 belts, right? So it's that's the last time I watch. And then I go and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give it another shot. And you're like, you watch that and you say, holy fuck, this Gunther guy just knocked out John Cena. I'm going to watch on Monday. I want to see what the fuck he has to say about it. I think
it depends what you like.
Well,
right?
that's what it is.
Do you like nostalgia, or do you like
the actual
the
sport.
up and coming sport? So.
It could go both ways.
It's going to go both ways. People are never going to agree on this.
Like,
but
including
I'm
us,
telling you,
including us.
when we look back on this Boiler Room episode in 5 years from now, I guarantee you we are going to watch the ending of that match way less than what we would have watched with John Cena and the crowd going absolutely insane if he pulled out of that and pins Gunther.
I mean, you could be right, you could be wrong. We will never know.
I'm telling you, people are going to watch the big moment of his heel turn more than the ending of his match because of how great of a moment that was.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's fair.
I completely disagree.
I forgot I was wearing this.
Completely disagree with the decision. There's no one that can convince me that it was the right decision. And not having him beat Gunther, but having him lose his last match.
Yeah.
I mean, not having him lose to Gunther, but having him lose his last match is the incorrect decision.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But, at the end of the day, I don't think we'll agree. But I will say one thing. We do have the privilege to say one thing. We saw John Cena's last ever win.
We did.
So at Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
So I will forever hold that.
Yeah, that was a great night. I honestly even got more emotional at his last SummerSlam. That was his first
not to air us out
as a babyface again too.
Not to air us out, but we did tear up a little bit. Granted, it was my birthday and I was a little drunk.
Oh yeah, no, that entrance when.
Oh, we went fucking nuts with the guy in front of us with the belt.
In front of us. So John Cena, for those who don't watch wrestling, for the first time.
The last time we made the podcast.
For the first time in his with his never give up character, he turned heel, which is becoming a bad guy.
He was a bad guy.
And all of his entrances, he had no colors. It was just a black screen that said John Cena, and he would walk out with a puss face, mad because he was a bad guy. For the first time at that SummerSlam,
came back with the color.
He came back with the colors. He was jumping up and down with the fans, and God, did I feel like a kid again, right?
We were going fucking nuts, me, you, and Tori.
So, yeah.
We were going nuts.
So, all I wanted to be able to do was jump up and down with my dad next to me, with all my friends afterwards, and say, he fucking did it. He did it again.
Mind you came back to me, everybody was playing poker, and I was sulking on the couch.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
I think I said 2 words playing poker.
That's why I didn't play.
I was so fucking mad. So I think at some point, giving the fans what they want to see is way more important than projecting your future, because you could always, if you're not a lazy booker, you could tweak things. There was another way that you could make Gunther your top heel. You make him go after CM Punk for WrestleMania. You make him win the Royal Rumble. You do something. There was another time and another place to do it.
I just think we're never going to agree on this, because, I don't think there's any way more to build him up, because CM Punk literally beat him already.
Yeah.
So there's a story. Granted, there's a story behind that.
I'm Roman Reigns. There's so many ways you could go about it.
But like I said, we're never going to agree. So I think we should just end that there, because we're the argument. Argue in the comments. Argue in the.
See, who do you side with? What do you think they should have done with Cena's last match?
Because
Triple H sucks.
He doesn't. But that's going to do it for this episode of The Boiler Room. Thank you guys so much for watching, because when you enter the Boiler Room, things get hot. Stay tuned for next time. Thank you so much. Boom. Let's fucking go. We're fucking back, baby. We're fucking back.